Hello. Okay, Ben Azai said, call nosin arba varim neged einov. Anybody puts four things opposite his eyes. He doesn't sin again. Minai ba, this is in Perek Yavos, obviously. So the Rabbi Chaim says it's a Bryce and Derech Eretz Rabbah, and in Perek Yavos Nosan, I guess more elaborate than the Mishnah. Minai ba, from where he's coming, Lanu Olech. I think in the Mishnah actually it says three things. Two we're going to have to give account to, but here there are four things, right? From where you came, where you're going, what's going to be, Umihu Din Dayan, and who's his judge. So the Ma'asilios is an interesting addition. Let's see how he explains here. My bar from where you come, from a repulsive liquid. Mimakam in a place where the eye cannot see. Obviously, the marital relations take place, so the exchange of the seed takes place in a place you cannot see. Lanu holech, where you're going, Lamakam choshech va'afela, and to a place which is dark and dark. So he says in the bottom, so the which is discussing repulsive, it's going down to purgatory. What's he eventually going to become? Worms and maggots. Who's his judge? He comes to a place of refuse and a place of tuma, and you're going to end up being matame other people. It's a pleasant thought, right? Because the mace is matame. He comes from the disgusting liquid. For a rima of a talan, is going to a place of dirt, worms and maggots, or maggots and worms. A person is really a maggot, and a worm. A person is maggots during his lifetime. Those are lice which infest the person. A person is a worm, bimoso, when they drill through his body. A person is very, very pleasant, handsome, and praiseworthy. But he expels with his digestive system something which the eye cannot tolerate to see. Okay. Wasn't this analogous to? Who built a large and pleasant palace, which is praiseworthy. And a river, a polluted river used for tanning hides, ran through it. Anybody passes on the outside, Omer, he says, "Come and know, how pleasant is this palace? Chutz minor shel bursaki." Except, actually, I guess they see the river too. Except for this river of tanning river, which passes through it. This is a person, this is, I guess, analogous to this. And if in a time when he's expelled something repulsive from his body, which the eye does not enjoy seeing. He's still arrogant. Nekuda. It sounds like we're going into Kal V'chomer. So I guess not. What does he say here at the bottom? Kushu doima paltia zu. Who is grabbing a brios came above it, there it's Rabba came for Gmart, the sidebar. Okay, yeah. So there's an ending. Were he to expel some expensive oils, some sort of other fragrances, how much more so would he be arrogant or over other creatures? Okay, so therefore, it's the expelling excretions is made to keep a person humble. Bishas Misasha Rabbi Eliezer. At the time Rabbi Eliezer was passing away, his students came in and sat in front of him. They told him, teach us halacha. What should I teach you? Be careful about each other's honor. When he davened, you know in front of whom you're standing. Doubles there. On this account, you're going to be able to enter the life of the world to come. He taught us 5 things as he was dying. And we rejoice in them more in that which he learned throughout the course of his lifetime. These are they. Hakadur, says Rabbi Chaim, Kadur mechupe orem le'sochot tzemesh ayo b'doichak. It's like a baseball. It's full. It's covered with leather, and it's full of ram's wool, which is very, very, very much under pressure. Vaimum, shuadfus shabo osim. I mean, olim. It's the I think it's called the last in English. The form in which they make the shoes. The or Haya was made of leather. Ke'ain mino, looked like a shoe. And had hair inside it to stuff it, beef tafor and sew together. Kameya, sakshul or b'sochel kameya, b'tonoso b'tzavor. This is a interesting. It was a sack full of leather in which there was a kameya, some form of amulet, and you hang it on the neck. But tefillah. Yesh b'socha parshas ksubim tochabatim, which has the parshas inside it. So all these things are vessels. The kesses hagola was a long Rabbi Chaim here. Kesses hagola, kesses k'tana shel or, a small pillow of leather. She'osim merkava, which you put into a carriage. Tachas v'chibasa, where underneath where you are riding. Shema Gears of a Kesses Agula, there it says a round pillow. Come on, a Kesses Shasorim, you'll see. A pillow which the nobles put under their heads. Aruch, it doesn't say, but all these Tuma. The fish clay or Enum Kabatuma, because a leather vessel only is a Kabatuma, it has a receptacle. These guys are sack. Because in the Torah, there's a parallel drawn between clay ore and a sack. And just like a sack is fillable, these things have to be fillable as well. Since they're made to be permanently filled, it's not called a receptacle. Receptacle is something where you take things in and out. Leather poly, the shmei kibul. They are considered to be clay kibul. They also are by the ball and the last. Which are ripped, and you can see it's inside. The more Rabbanan Kabbalah Tumah, Rabbanan can see this is Makabel Tumah. They can base kibul because you can take stuff in and out of them. Completely and tefillah. They are there's a toveling. Klamri mashim tol chotzetz with tefillah is a chatzitza. Leather omer ain't a chotzetz. It's not a chatzitza. Kul chad keli. It's all one vessel. B'shas pigasi yotzim lidayim chazabo. They asked him they want to know if he reneged on his shita. Shemata Ravosan Shnei Har Machlekas. They asked him does it about these 2 machlekas. What's their opinion about them? So back to the Brisa, he said he's Zorbaim. Be careful about them, about Bilan Kamoshain, about Bilan Kamosan. Play with them as they are. Says Rabbi Chaim. So come Mituma. They are Makal. The Nikruf, they will rip. He had Bilan Son Kamoshain. Play with them as is. The Mash Masocha in the Chotzeit, even if it's ripped, whatever's in it is not a chatzitza. These are halachos which are given to Moshe at Sinai. That's in the Mishnah Moshe and Rice Moshe halachos from Moshe Sinai. And it says that since he told them that they are set halachos. Sometimes yes mechayev. In other words, this wasn't just his own opinion. It wasn't even the opinion of this Rabbein. He said it goes all the way back to Sinai. So therefore they rejoice because now they had a definitive Masorah about these halachas. Since they were distant from him in his lifetime, they needed because put in like it says at the end of the perek about test. Not because of content of halachas per se, because they able to go back to learn from him. Something he does so just before he died, almost made some maklu behem. Yes, Mechaim, you're more happy with this than enjoying his life. He says more Benazai. My Kamar. What's Benazai saying? Saying alibo. Anybody puts these four things on his heart, shuvin and chote. That seems like a statement, not a question.
I have a question on the Brisa.
What?
A question on the Brisa. So did Rabbi Elazar go back on his opinion, or he was, or what? I didn't quite follow.
Your question on the Brisa itself?
Yeah. What's the pshat in Rabbi Elazar? He disagreed with the Chachamim, and he kept his disagreement, or he went back on his shita?
I think he went back on his shita. I think he held that they were Torah, and now he held they were Tomei.
Okay, fine.
I think. Yeah, so no, he didn't go back. Looking back at Rabbi Chaim, no. In his lifetime, he said that it's not chatzitza, and now he's saying it's not just my own shita. So in other words, anything which is Rabbi Elazar's own shita, and we know Rabbi Elazar was very reluctant, and we don't know if he ever said something he didn't hear from his Rebbeim, but most things he said presumably he heard from his Rebbeim, and here this must hear from his Rebbeim as well, that it's not chatzitza, even if it's ripped open. And the simcha was because he not only is it his shita, but he verified this as halacha Moshe Sinai, which doesn't necessarily literally mean halacha Moshe Sinai, but something which is universally accepted, and therefore they could pass him like it.
Okay.
That's what I think it's saying. So again, the Gemara starts, it seems to be a repetition of Mishnah, except, the Mishnah said, neged enough. So that means, it seems to mean, you got to see the words in front of you, right? So then, or maybe even depict the imagery in front of you. So the Gemara says, no, it's not necessarily literally opposite his eyes, but it's something which you should think about. So the Eino in the Mishnah means, the Brisa means libo. Okay? Amar Rava, Midas Arachim Yesh La'arba Dvarim. The Midas Arachim has 4 attributes. So have a Satan Arba Dvarim. Satan also has 4 attributes. Kana Saint Arba Dvarim Halol Alibo Harez Achaite. The things Benazai said will keep you from sinning. But if you want to know how a surefire way to sin, there's a way to put these things on your heart. Ha'esher riches, Ha'isha women, V'yetza hara, and V'hariv, and strife. Okay, that's powerful. Utzricha, and that tells all of them. Iyashmina Isha. If you just call me a woman, I mean a dilma Isra Ish. Inami Nimda, Inami Obedes Kochavim. Maybe it's talking about somebody else's wife, or even your own wife. She's a nida, or a non-Jewish woman. So, and those are the problems, but not. But otherwise, it wouldn't be an issue. Therefore, it has to tell us, Amar Yetzahara the Mashma Isurei says Reb Chaim. Amar Rav Midas Rachmi Yishla Arba Dvarim. Hainus Elu Arba Dvarim Shemona Ben Azai. So there's a Shumin Choite. Ukeneged Zeh, Ukeneged Zeh. Have a consulting Yishla Arba Dvarim Shaydez about them Lechet Kin Messiah. We'll see the fourth thing which causes the person to sin. Dima Yisrael. She might say it's only Eshish. No, saying Ena Beisha Eshish who Damar the Sobel Dechet. No, Amar Yetzahara. Any way in which you arouse the Yitzhar against yourself. Even thinking about a woman is unencumbered, right? She's unmarried, she's Jewish, and she's not in Nida. It's also going to lead you to a sin. We'll just tell you Yitzhar. Amina, Dilma, have Amina. The lav in Tase. That's where he doesn't have not thinking about his own wife. But where he has a wife, Ema low. I might say feel also maybe this is going to be fallen. Says Chaim Kanievsky, so now we already know unmarried women certain issues. The low in Tase, Bemara Isha Acher Shein Ishto. Another one's not his wife. If he has a wife, he's allowed to think about his wife. Even about his own wife, he should not fantasize so much. It might come to Nisr. I have to say that's not Pashup Shot in the Gemara. The Pashup Shot in the Gemara is, I might say, if he has a wife and he has pas besalo, in other words, he has bread in his basket, so then he can think about other women. And we're not concerned that he's going to commit an Aveira. Because you look at the Lashon in the Gemara, it says, the life into say, not his wife. Where he has a wife, low, I might say thinking about another woman is not a problem. Gamashlan, that few Isla Isha, he has a wife, also think about other women, because he might come to an Issa. That's how I work with the Gemara. Rabbi Chaim saying about thoughts about his own wife. Because to me it seems simple shot in the Gemara be thoughts about other women on the basis of the assumption since he has a wife, it's okay. Yes, man, the Yitzhar, but just tell me Begufa. I might think that's a problem with when you're thinking about bodies, about people. Thinking about money is not a problem. Says Rabbi Chaim the goof of the Becheche Beguf. Nami Osher the Idei Osher im Nose in Libo as a Mamoin. So I think money so day is a Gezel Chadai eventually going to come to the prohibition of Gezel, etc. Vi Ashmin Osher the Mamoina. I might have said money. Okay, that's you can't think about. About the Lishna, but something which is a verbal sin. Low, it's not a problem. That's it. Tell me all four. It says Reb Chaim. I was Lishna low chetche b'dibur go machlekes lashon hara kamash lo on rib. And says Rib and teach us that even thinking about a non-material sin is bad for you. So now I'm going to ask a couple of questions about this. Want to go further, bit or leave for next time?
And we can go a little bit further.
Iboilu mama ploni lo li. So says Reb Chaim, arba ibayis iboilu the shaykh lahani arba dvarim sheish lo asata. I have four questions about these things with the Satan possesses. Mama ploni li lo li. Omer ulevayim mama rosha ploni li. Is he saying I want the money which is low, which you want to say li for myself? Or li isha ploni, halavai tieli isha isha's ploni. I want a wife like so and so's wife. Ishto b'mita nida. Says Reb Chaim, vuba bigdo, viva bigdo. They're both fully dressed. Mi voile. Yilav hakim shita dasa the kamer shum lo zikrav. I'm definitely thinking about. I don't think it doesn't sound like thoughts. This sounds like shifting gears. If are you allowed to be in fully clothed with your wife in bed when she's in Nida? Yashima lo, can you sleep with her or not? So somehow that fits into one of the issues of the Brisa. Finally, Inish the lo miskashin tsuye mai. A person's not kosher. It should be Inish lo miskasher. You'd say my malasi machlekes wasn't Russia. Okay, he's not supposed to fight with a good person. What about with a bad person? Tashma Shemina Kulu. So we can derive all of them. Lo Sachmon, I feel Mama Ploni Li. Lo Sachmon means even to think that I should get the money of so and so. That is also says. What's the case? Hi, Mama Ploni Li. Ganva listimu. Can't be talking about I want his money because then you're fantasizing about being a thief or bandit. El Mama Li Ploni. I want to have that money just like so and so has it. Vade also. It's definitely also as well. Because no, that's not what he's saying. So Vade also mi boy anafshe. Is it forbidden to wish yourself to have the wealth similar to another person? So it must mean I wish that so-and-so would give me his money. Okay, it's not I wish I had Plony's money, that's wishing for theft. It's not I wish I have money like Plony, that's not a problem. It's wishing that Plony would give me his money. That is the problem. Okay, so he says at the bottom, that's one money like his friend. He wants to spend money. He doesn't want to steal it. So it's clear that we resolved the first question that me wanting to have so-and-so's money is also. Next. Isha is just putting a cook for Hiraba. If you can't want a wife like so-and-so's wife, you're ready right there. You're Mahara and her, right? Ababas Ploni Vade Mutter. If I want to marry a certain single woman, it should be mutter. What's the problem? Pshita, yes, that's true. Little simple. Lo tzira di Amar ikdashali. He said, marry me. But Amra lo, and she said no. That's says the Pnei Moshe. Says the Biaor. Isha Kisha Ploni is quite here, but Chaygav them a shari. You know, by money, this would be a minute. Kilamina, Bish also. It's also the bank for here, but it's just Ploni. But he thought about his wife. Ava Basle Badi Mutter, but I'm Levi with here, Bas Ploni Lee, Vadai Mutter, came she Pnuya Maharabak, Daily says to Isha. She to Shari. It's obviously Mutter. Umakship Shita, Kaganam Shita Shari, Maitzu Lashmina, as he just said. The Omar Miklash of Armalog, Shamar Lo Tiskashi of Armalog, Kasha feel Haki Shari. Oh, Shematis Ratzelo. No, this is okay. I thought before it's saying that this is awesome. Once she says no, you gotta stop thinking about her. No, he says, even though she said no, you can still think about her because you can still try and persuade her to marry you. Ita say Nida Lotikrav Nami. Mat the Mati Mecha Bada Mutter. It says, Ishtonida Biboy Lach Imuta Lishanim Upshita Pashtina Lach, the Zunami below Tikrav. It's also low tikravu. Perish then Nami also. Today, Shalo Yavo de Kiru Bikarva below tikrav. Yes, someday it's going to be mutter, but right now it's not mutter. In fact, that I guess it's like it's saying neither, even though eventually it's going to be mutter in her, right now it's low tikrav. Now the Gemara goes off on a tangent a bit. So, but let's see this last Rabbi Chaim here. No. There's a totally different shot than I just had. He says, anytime you can eat on the same table, then you can eat with her. Sleep with her. Why was there okay, so you can't. So that was always a question. You can't sleep with your wife when she's in nida, even if you're fully clothed, because it can come to low sikrubu. Okay, the next Gemara is, I think we can leave the next time because this is the Isser to have relations with your wife when she's sleeping. That's a separate prohibition. Okay. It's exciting, perek.
Okay. Sure.
Have a great week.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.